Hello everyone, welcome back. We have map 2 here and now. PremuimGods take on NASR. Nuke, NASR start on the T side. This is their map pick. And well, should they win this map, Neo, they have a spot in the close qualifier here for the RMRs.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 16-2 map one. And we're pretty sure it was the pick of PremuimGods, if we were right in saying.
Yeah.
So, it's brutal to say. This is NASR's pick and they just won 16-2. You can only hope and that PremuimGods can bring something in towards this map. We'll have to wait and see. T-side start for NASR, in towards ramp, having a little peek, not spotting too much for the time being.
The dream is definitely there for a similar result for NASR, as they just want to make sure this game is sealed as quick as possible and they guarantee themselves a slot in that RMR closed quali. 4 versus 2 scenario. Almeza hitting a pretty nice shot onto Mini, but ultimately PremuimGods down to 2. There is still a slight chance that they can get back into things. Nice shot from UP, able to take down PremuimGods. Only thing is, with that bomb being set down, even in this 2v3, so much information given up to this NASR side, it should be a hop, skip, and a jump to the finish line.
No, exactly that. I mean, this one realistically should be done. Tapping away, giving a laboured tap. Almeza will find that killer towards Mupi. One remaining alive, running out of ammo. Bibu does 4. Mark finds one more as well. No way. Oh, what are we watching here? They both didn't have the guns out. Knives get pulled. Realize. As NASR find their first round. That one? You heard that one before?
No, but I
Never
like
heard that
it.
one. Realize. So real eyes, realize, real lies.
Ah.
You never heard that before? I feel like
No.
we used to do that all the time when I was younger. Maybe that's showing my age a little bit there.
I don't know, mate. You are like coming on 50, so no.
Hey.
Old man. Sorry, I'm not a boomer. I'm only messing. PremuimGods go for a force buy in the second rounds. I mean, there's a scout playing close squeaky here, Neo. I'm not too sure if that's the game plan that I personally would give UP. He's decided to back away a little bit more. But round 2, just as slow as the pistol here. NASR don't want to put a foot wrong in the beginning of this round.
Yeah, for now as well. Of course, for PremuimGods, that investment coming into us is a full investment. That's still not much. You see that triple, that double eagle, that 157, MP9 and a scout. And as things stand as well, NASR are sort of just waiting for the mistakes to crop up from PremuimGods. That was the story of Mirage. It was consistent errors that were so costly, and there's one. Scout out of display here as Mupi's going to fall, and for a mine, that's so easy.
5v4. That scout, the only long-range gun on the CT side, taken down. Mark's taken big damage, but it doesn't stop Senpai from being dropped either. Down to 2, now to 1, and make that none. Flawless, NASR 2-0.
Sort of expected with the sort of investment that came in towards that one, but similar scenario, similar story to sort of how Mirage was, where things are getting, again, already a little bit uncomfortable with just how well NASR played on towards Mirage and how much PremuimGods struggled. So you do get concerned when the start once again isn't great for them. Of course, that being a full investment, we just saw into round number 2, into round number 3, it's going to be not much. Only the pistols brought out as they're trying to deny already NASR kickstarting that snowball effect.
Molly drops in front of Emperor. Brilliant shot with the Desert Eagle. That is a corker from him. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean much because the man advantage is quickly put back level. Almeza would have spotted Mini, has the player dead to right in heaven. The Galil Mine just providing some cover fire, and the Molly forcing BP up. Mark left alone, 1v4. Brilliant 3k from Almeza, and I think that's enough to seal the fate that NASR have 3.
Again, another round that we sort of expected, 3-0. This is now where we hope and pray that PremuimGods can find that success, find that form that we know they did yesterday to get to this stage, to get to being within one best of 3 of qualifying for the RMR from the Middle East. They are so close, but it's one of those scenarios where you've got such a mammoth of a task in front of you. It's not only is it one of the biggest organizations in this region of NASR, but they've already taken your map pick 16-2. And you've got the issues of ping on top of that too. It's a comfortable statement. You see attack balls coming through. I'm assuming probably called by PremuimGods as they got their first full buy. The AWP being picked up by Mupi, supported by the quad M4 A1Ss, but the similar scenario over towards NASR, they themselves gone up in the hands of Realize, supported by those rifles, which is technically still a bonus.
Yeah, it's crazy to think how much money there is on this NASR side when we've only seen 3 rounds, Neo. Like,
yeah,
6k on Remind, 6k on Almazer, 6k on Propleh, 5k on Bibu. Like, you can't really stop the kind of levels of money that this team has. And even then, look at this. Mark just runs right into the jaws of the Galil. Man advantage picked up. Oh, good spam by Almazer as well, nearly. Had he have spammed a little further, I think would have connected the dots and found a second kill for NASR. But nonetheless, they settle for an early man up once more.
advantage collected. And again, that tempo slowed down. This has sort of been the story of what NASR do so well. They're very good at finding that opening kill, and then they slow things down. Look for the best option next. Propleh going to just test towards outside. Utility being set up as well to allow him a little bit of space to work with. PremuimGods, there's a potential of them being spread a little bit thin here.
Slow. Still got that 5v4. Nicely done. Propleh will have a second kill with the Galil. His outside presence just doing so much. Almazer and Remind both with kills as well. Emperor, last man left. In on ramp. Now Hell. No chance at all.
Zed, this was that first, hope and attempt to see PremuimGods bring something to the table here. This was their first full buy, and, well, nothing's come of it. One rifle left for Emperor, and again, this is where you get concerned about sort of the mental state. I think is probably the best way to put it. Emperor will find himself falling towards Propleh, so at the very least, it's not a flawless round for them. But if he's able to survive from here, that'll be asking a lot, and the answer is no. Bibu will drop him out. NASR take a 4-0 lead, an astounding 4-0 lead at that. And the first full buy of the PremuimGods is quickly put to bed.
Yeah, this is brilliant. I mean, I don't know what we can say at this point. We've watched, what, 22 rounds of Counter-Strike, Neo?
Yeah.
Of which 20 have gone in the name of NASR. Nicely done. Triple nade stack outside. Realize still has one dead to right, though. 4 versus 4. Couple of low HP players here on the NASR side. Can get a little bit tricky, but with the longer range weaponry, there's no denying that they could be looking the better squad in just a few moments from now. Molly, flash as well for Propleh. Blinds his teammate with the AWP, chucks the AK. He's like, look at this, Houdini act. As he's able to pick up the AWP. Peeking from Reminds. Looking good. Able to catch out Senpai. Still Emperor kicking. Tag shot with the scout. Does find the bomb carrier.
Ooh.
Emperor a second as well. But that's enough for him. 3 in the rounds. He will be silenced. NASR at a 2v2.
Individually, Emperor has made this a possibility. I mean, it's still a long road because when you consider what they've got, it's a Deagle and a Mag 7 and no longer the Mag 7. Just a Deagle left to work with. Molly in towards Heaven. And Mark is all alone. The 2 remaining for NASR. They're making their way what looks like towards ramp, and they should be able to get down there completely for free.
Yeah, I mean, with a Deagle, you kind of have to play the gamble, don't you? Sit on a site, hope they don't clear you, and kind of get both kills in the act. This here, though, quite out of his hands. Quite an opportunity for NASR to make it 5. But decent damage done by Emperor in this round. And an AK picked up. This isn't terrible here. PremuimGods have a chance at, upgraded weapons in the next rounds. Looking good. But this has been a very quick BO3. And NASR don't look to stop that. That's the scary thing.
Yeah, I mean, this one's not stopping it. I mean, it's very, very safe to say. I mean, just look how good NASR have been, so consistently good as well. And I mean, yeah, for PremuimGods, they've picked themselves up on AK. They will have a buy-in towards the next, but generally speaking, it's just tough to watch. And with how well PremuimGods played yesterday, I really hoped you would have seen a consistently strong performance from them. But unfortunately, it's not been the case. I mean, of course, this is NASR, as we mentioned, one of the best teams in this region, and they're proven so. 5-0 start. As we mentioned, that full buy coming out from PremuimGods. Similar scenario, though. Fail the full buy. They're back to an eco aside from the slight bit of extra money that Mark has to work with. It is a horrible scenario where you really already get concerned about their mental.
And you've got to think, like, for the mental sake, as you said, but sort of the historics of this PremuimGods side, if they aren't able to pick up this round, I feel like it will be a very mirror repeat of Mirage. Just because it is spiraling in that same hole, the same disaster that we saw in the previous map. Pretty decent stuff to see, though, that NASR, they have been denied the man advantage. Nice shot as well for the AWP. Mupe through the wall, tagging up Propleh down to 54 points of health. So they have a bit of a lead heading into round 6. That's something that we aren't quite familiar with here on Nuke as of yet.
Man advantage for PremuimGods. We've seen them lose from this position before at the same time on Mirage, though. So I'm not going to be too sort of happy with how things are playing out. I'm going to find one more. This is better. Isolating fights. And Bibu before Propleh going to make his way back over to where his fallen brethren was earlier and try and replicate one better, and he will find Mark in the trade.
Really nicely done. Looking good. Second kill for Propleh, though, and that unevens the odds once more. Puts them, I feel like, a little bit in favour, rather. So that NASR side, especially when we're talking a double-up retake in this round. We'll have to wait and see, because right now, they don't even look like they want to go towards the lower side. This looks like a play towards A. And I'm wondering, do they catch anyone on good timing here? Almeza has the flash in towards close then. Nadine as well, 1 for 1. They've got to be careful, but NASR have numbers. And they've ran with this advantage. They've kept it. They've got the bomb down. And this is looking like a very good round for them as well.
On plans, the post-one set up in for Mupe. What is decision making here? What is his way to try and, as best he can, get back into his conversation? He's going through hard. He's looking for a bit of information. If he can find it, miss shot, and surely gets punished. Damage dealt. Second time of asking. He falls to the hands of Almeza. 6-0. NASR continue this flawless streak on Nuke, and more or less a flawless streak in this entire series. So far in the entire series, they've only dropped 2 rounds.
That's unreal, isn't it? Especially when you say we've played 24 rounds. And we've got a 16-2 and a 6-0 so far.
That's it.
Yeah, it has been.
Credit to NASR, though.
Yeah, okay, sure. I agree there. I think we haven't really given them enough praise at how well they've been playing Counter-Strike so far in this BO3. Nice shot from Mupe. Second shot with a deagle. Unsuccessful. Senpai another. Hold on a second. It's a 3 for 1. Bibu's looking for a decent response. Minis. MP9 good for the follow-up. And realized left in a 1v3. It feels like for the first time in forever, we've got a clutch scenario that falls in favor of the PremuimGods.
Bombs down to spotted in towards that lobby position. Emperor. Second shot is beautiful. Might be collected. Doesn't matter. They've already got one in the hands of Mark. First round for PremuimGods, and much, much earlier than what we saw in towards Mirage. So already better. But you got to consider as well that this is Nuke. It's generally seen as one of, if not the most CT-sided map in the pool. And look how things are at right now. It's 6-1. On NASR's T side. It's still not comfortable, but at the very least, gives them a little bit of longevity. They will be able to have that full economy in towards this next round. And that open play in the hands of Mupe is a big positive.
It has been a very stinky start for PremuimGods, but they're starting to clear the air out a little bit. As I say that, Bibu having absolutely none with it. He'll run right through, take 2, spots a third as well. Mini, his position compromised. It's a bit of a slow one. The fight in towards the site. What on earth? Mupe's just hit shot of the day. What a banger. Won't stop them from losing the round, though, because PremuimGods in a 1 versus 3. They would have spotted Mini drop down the vent. Remind those guys, he's in the vent system. The bomb can just be made up towards A. There's no chance he's winning this one. This round's ours. 7-1. Near mirror image as to how the beginning of Mirage went.
Bomb down. Mini has got quite literally 1 point of HP, 1 mistake, and, you know, 1 slip off from a little bit of an elevated angle, and he is really in for a troublesome time. He is walking on a whisper of HP to work with now, and I think it's safe to say he's going to try as best he can to keep hold of what he's got to work with here, which still isn't a lot. He's tucked in towards Secret. He's trying his best to Keep that AK in play. It's going to go for a little peek, and he might look into danger as well. Needs to be cautious. A couple of players toying with the idea towards our side. It's been spotted too. Mini just fall away. Keep this AK in play. They can't invest into one. He's going to re-peek, and it's such a risky one at that too. Let's hit the scope. We'll survive. Not for much longer. Remind him behind. 7-1, and no one survives.
The money shot to pieces for PremuimGods as well. Emperor's just gone for the AWP investment. Doesn't care where his teammates stand financially. This game's looking pretty good for them, isn't it? 7-1. And you're on the T side of Nuke, Neo. Let's not forget, you know, we want to talk about sides. We want to talk about percentages. NASR win more on their CT than they do their T. So if the first half of the second map looks something like this, what do we expect on the CT side if we get to even see much of it?
That's the big question, isn't it? Look how things stand right now. Emperor will kickstart things for the first time in what seems like a very rare occasion. It's PremuimGods to find the opening kill.
Doesn't matter, mate. There's a response. NASR always have the one in their back pocket. This time it's Mark that has to deal with the consequences. UMP, 2 M4s and an AWP to try and carry PremuimGods to a second to match the amount of round one they had on Mirage. Mini, how does he escape with his life there? Runs into the molly, takes a fight, wins it, has gunfire towards him, and still escapes with 20 points of health. NASR, now, they have to re-engage, rethink their scenario, get that man advantage back.
Into heaven as well. There's a nice little flank coming through here. It looks like they're going to go for that A-pop. The split going to come through. Propleh's going to try his best. Remind for the first. The second on towards Emperor 2. AWP will be collected. Now the bomb can go down securely. Planted for the heaven position. They can just leave the player up there. Propleh can just hold down the fort. Mine holds the flank too. This was done on a lovely shot towards Mini.
That is brilliant. Unbelievable stuff. How clinical have NASR been in this game so far? And, well, it just doesn't stop here, mate. It really just does not stop here, does it? Just performance after performance, round after round, piece after piece. NASR solving the puzzle in lightning times. As Nuke looks to be theirs already. Especially after what we saw on Mirage, Neo. The display has been so one-sided, showcasing the power that NASR have. And, well, they were on, what, 130, 140 ping in the last qualifier, got knocked out in the second to last round. This time, they're not making a single mistake. They are not going to be hindered in qualifying for Rio.
That's it. That is it. Moopy towards our side. A shot. Propleh's going to fall. Instantly traded, but to the hands of Remind. NASR have already guaranteed themselves that lead at 8 rounds. And they want more. They're not giving up here. And this is what makes them just that step above. Smoke towards our side. Gives Spoke your spaceman outside to work with. And Mini call off guard. Our Maze is just that step above.
That's brilliant, isn't it? 4v3. There's levels to this game. And NASR feel like they're on the top of the world right now. It does look like there's no level above them. Deagle of Senpai can't find much. Mark gone as well. 9-1. What a map. I mean, listen, Neo. We went live an hour and 28 minutes ago. We have been in the action probably for about an hour and 10 minutes or so. We've watched 28 rounds of Counter-Strike. 26 of them have been in NASR's name.
Yeah, I mean, this is really tough to watch. Like, just brutal to watch is probably the best way to put it. Because, you know, if you're a fan of PremuimGods, there's so little positive to take away from this. That's one, though. Remind gonna fall towards our side. Senpai finds a gap in that smoke.
Yeah, abuses it. Really nicely done as well. Still a 5v4, but we know NASR can come back from these numbers. We know. Oh, what? I thought Bibu had them both, but one's good enough. The second to the causes realizes AWP. Miss flash from Bibu, but a 3 versus 3. There are good chances that they can get this round done and dusted, Neo. There's a really good chance that NASR still can win it. They've got an AWP, but low HP on Bibu. This is the chance that they have to rethink, but realize still kicking. Another with the AWP, 3 versus 2.
Yeah, realize he has been the difference maker, hasn't he? On so many numerous occasions. You look towards map 1 as well. He was unreal. Emperor's going to fall to the NASRpropleh, and that was Mini all alone. He's nowhere to be seen. Molly in towards stairs as well. Denies that presence through double. Bomb should be able to be planted very comfortably. That post bomb sets up. Mini will find himself wanting towards realize at the very least. They've given away the ruse, though. And now how does NASR decide to play this? They've heard him step.
Nicely done. Mini, bomb dropped, now down to Bibu in the 1 versus 1, but he knows where Mini is. Now the gamble is, does he run towards single or does he stay towards double? Bibu will now know he is indeed in on double. And he's going to slip the net and move in towards single. Mini, I mean, he's able to tap the bomb here. Time is on his side, but did you hear that? The sound cue, giving away everything. He knows that Mini's not on it. The second time might be a tap. Bibu, he's going to be challenged with the stick. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second left. But that's enough to make the difference. Bibu double digits for NASR.
That's so well played from Bibu. He is so much smarter. So well played. As you mentioned, he heard that sound cue, and that was enough. That was enough for him just to hold down the fort. Second time of asking, goes for the stick, and Bibu times to perfection. He knows that he has all the time in the world to work with on his side, and the pressure's over towards PremuimGods. And they crumble. 10-1, 9-round lead. NASR hit double digits in the first half once again, and on the T side of Nuke.
Yeah, I think the odds just continue stacking up and up and up in favor of NASR at this point.
Yep.
It's just looking too brutal. Like, you know, I don't want to sound disrespectful, Neo, but we have been given nothing to talk about with this PremuimGods side.
No,
the only thing that's just kind of gone in their favor has been sometimes their collective man advantages. But even in this round, when you want to take the silver lining of that man advantage, it was a 3v3, it was a 5v4, it was everything in favor of PremuimGods. Yet they still ended at the lower hand at the end of this round. This time, they don't even have a chance. Reminds had a round. It's 11-1 like that. No worries at all.
Yeah, I mean, the only real positive I can even think of is towards PremuimGods. Mark had a fairly decent performance in towards map 1. I mean, he finished 16 and 17, which is okay, a 1.11 rating. But, I mean, that's the only good performance. You look towards the rest of the ratings, 0.54, 0.33, 0.27, and a 0.18. It's simply not good enough. And I do kind of feel for Mark as well, because it feels like he's the only one who just seems to actually kind of be on a similar level to NASR, but the rest of his team just can't keep up with how well they're playing. 10-round deficit built up now, and I don't know, Retro, I think it's probably safe to say this one is done, right?
Yes.
I'm not a believer, is how I'm going to put it.
To be honest, mate, I think someone in Twitch chat is going to say that they're a believer, but at the end of the day, if you were watching this whole BO3, you must be, I don't know, you must be an idiot or a fortune teller, you know?
Yeah.
It's the only 2 ways that PremuimGods win this best of 3, honestly. It's a shame, though. It really is a shame that it's been so bleak for them in this best of 3. Like, the pinger side, like, these guys, I don't know, sometimes they make the wrong decisions, and I'm guessing that's just out of pure anger, you know, or out of frustration that they aren't winning rounds. When they have been winning rounds, it's been looking decent. They've had really good chances at winning more rounds than 1 here on the CT side of Nuke, but they just really can't be putting together numbers. I said it a minute ago, even when they've been in the man advantage, even when they've been in the better positions, they still look like the worst team. This time, Mark's going to kick it off with a bang. Really nice shot. 1D gone to Propleh. Oh, and a second one from Mark. A third?
Okay, all right.
Oh, Mark! That's more like it. Bibu able to fire back with another. Surely this is a round that's won in favor of the PremuimGods side. No! What's happened? A 2-on-4. And they've given them 1-on-1s every single time. It's now Mupe with a P250 that has to step up.
1 versus 2 for Mupe. He's on towards the A side, and M4 and an AWP he's facing off against. Bomb is down. That's a silver lining. But even still, how has this turned the tide? And NASR have made that round work. Mark finds 3 kills with a deagle, and it's still not enough. I feel for Mark. I do.
That's criminal that PremuimGods don't win that round. Honestly. Any misfortune you think the PremuimGods side have, like, that, I think that quite quickly turns into, what on earth have we just done in that round? You talk about 3 insane 1Vs from Mark, and the round still doesn't go your way. It is a 4v2. NASR in a 2-on-4. I'll say it the other way to emphasize the point. NASR had 2, PremuimGods had 4. Sure, they didn't have the best weaponry. You've got to be winning that round, though.
Especially when Mark gets 3 1Ds. I mean, you think surely that's enough, and again, no. Really, really tough to see. Really is. And, well, I mean, a 4x for PremuimGods, but yeah, very, very little hope just because of how things have been so far and generally speaking.
Oh, decent spam. Almeza taking a bit of early damage. Not the worst thing in the world. Mark is getting aggressive towards outside. Remind's got him covered. 5v4 yet again falls in favour of NASR.
NASR as well, they're making this look so comfortable in terms of taking that man advantage, but keeping it, and Remind will fall towards our side. Mini does find a bit of space to work with. Bibu going to try and gain it back, but they're going towards Ramp, and no one's there to meet them.
Flashes dropped in. That's going to cover off the AWP for a little while longer. AWP connects, realize. Good damage done to Mupe. In the meantime, the bomb has settled in towards the lower site. Oh, missed shots from Mini. And that costs him his life. 3-on-4. Nade lobbed in. Massive damage done to Senpai as well. 3 versus 3, sure. But the HP and the scenario that we're currently in falls totally in favor of NASR once again.
Yeah, Propleh's holding this rotation. Easy kill towards Mupe. Looking for more as well. Will they test those waters is the question. And it's just, again, as we've seen, time and time again, it's just misplays and rookie errors from PremuimGods. And to be perfectly honest, while NASR have been great, oh my god, it's brutal to watch. While NASR have been good, don't get me wrong, it's just not good enough from PremuimGods. It's rookie errors on a consistent basis. And NASR haven't even done anything that's specifically so amazing that's causing them to be this far ahead. It's not a case that NASR are so good that they're winning. It's more the other side, that PremuimGods are just so lackluster.
Is it going to be another 14-1? Was it a 14-1 in the last game? Yeah, it was, because they won the pistol, right? Or like the follow-up.
Yeah.
Looking to be that way. Looking to be that way. NASR have themselves a 2-man lead. Bibu's just going to walk into the guillotine, but that doesn't change elsewhere. Remind's going to take down Mark. Bomb is going to be a slight issue to pick up. Mini's got a 2nd kill, so the pressure definitely being forced down the throats of NASR here. But yet again, the advantage still falls in the favour of NASR, still falls in their court. And Remind has got a pretty sick flank here as he finds himself the first. Tapping away, messy spam. Senpai's got to go for a reload though. He's able to exchange weapons and pick up the Kalash. But in a 1 versus 3, it's doable with one of the players settling on low.
Ooh.
There's one of them. Almeza, he's first to fall. Realize will respond. 14-1 again.
Back-to-back 14-1 halves, as you mentioned. Whew. Very, very little in a positive side to say for PremuimGods. Similar towards the likes of map number 1. There is very, very little you can say in a positive note towards PremuimGod. And on the flip side, very, very little you can say in a negative note towards NASR. They have just been significantly, considerably the better side. And for PremuimGods, this looks like Globals versus Gold Novas. It's not even a contest.
I mean, NASR haven't really had to show much of the strat book this game, have they?
Oh, for sure.
They've just been destroying PremuimGods. Nice dink. Remind set low. Still could get away with a kill here, or at least the information of a fair few. Holding down the fort. No way, Remind. Goes for 1 as well. Gets dinked up on ramp and still survives. The door swung open, realized with one. Emperor's response going to be there. 3 versus 3, Neo. Bomb still yet to be set down. Hopefully that's going to be covered off in just a moment here. Mark's going to punch in the digits. No swing just yet. Now the swings start coming out. Almeza's going to try and take the first fight. Will indeed connect. Last man for the job here is Emperor. In the 1 versus 2 scenario, going to be asking for a lot. Almeza knows his number. PremuimGods will have his head taken off. They've got time for the defuse. It's 15-1.
Yeah, it's a great shot. Really, really nice shot for NASR. 15-1. Match and series in RMR qualification point for NASR. It arguably what is the fastest best of 3 I've ever casted, maybe? It is an insane showing. An insane showing for NASR. I guess the silver lining for PremuimGods, they did get the bomb down, which does mean, of course, that they will have somewhat of a buy-in towards this next round, but it's still dire straits. They're so close to falling flat. I think probably their mental game is more or less done here.
I mean, mate, this has got to be ridiculous. I think this has to be the fastest best of 3 I've ever covered.
Same here.
Like, by a country mile. Fast, very fast play. And it does turn into a 5v3, 5v2, 5 versus 1. The big man Emperor needs to step up. Don't think it's going to be looking too likely for him in this round. So, NASR, their time to shine, their time to strike. And PremuimGods will be the man to deliver. NASR through to the closed RMR stage as PremuimGods 3 rounds over 2 maps. A pretty disappointing one for them, Neo. But at the end of the day, it is a victory that goes very, very handily in favour for this NASR side. Couldn't get it done in the first qualifier, but they're here. They did it in the second. No worries at all. Not really much we can dive into, but you got any thoughts about the game here before we wrap up shop?
60